Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for iFive for the iPhone is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
This episode of iFive for the iPhone is brought to you by Gazelle, the fast and simple way to sell your used gadgets. Find out what your used iPhone, iPad, and other Apple products are worth at Gazelle.com. Welcome to iFive for the iPhone, episode 70. We're out of the 60s, finally. This is the Fine Show where we scour the App Store, find tips and tricks and goodies, and we eat a lot of C's candies while we do it because it's holiday season. Number one. All right, we got a new social network on the app scene, but this one's a little bit unique and interesting in that it's topic-focused rather than, say, friend-focused, like my Twitter friends are, or my Facebook network is. So, say hello to N3TWORK. Yeah, that's the name of the app. It's Network with a 3 in place of the E. I see what they did there. It launched last week, so it's pretty new. If you're interested in, say, a certain subject, like the NFL, or tech, or cats, you can follow that topic, or you could create the topic if it doesn't already exist, and then mingle with other users who also care about those topics and want to add photos and videos and links to their channels or ones that they share with you. If you want to share or star something, that means you save it for later that you found via Network. It's really, really easy. In fact, the whole experience reminds me a little bit of Tumblr topic tags, where you can kind of lurk around for a while and visit certain categories and find some great internet gem that you know you're going to want to share with somebody else. But it's a nice app form. It's easy to navigate, I think so more than Tumblr's own iPhone app. So, as with many new networks built on topics, there's a lot of emphasis on tech and geek stuff, at least out of the gate. That just tends to happen with the early adopters. Star Wars, for example, was a topic that was suggested to me. I'm fine with Star Wars, but I don't really know if that's where I want to get my Star Wars news. But I think that's all temporary. It's just part of the growing process. I hope it evens out a bit as more people join Network and keep creating more topics that other people love and get excited about. I really like the idea. I like connecting to other people who geek out on the same really specific stuff that I do, whoever they may be. Maybe we've never met. That's okay. I'd say the Network's biggest challenge going forward is to keep everything feeling organized as the topic categories continue to grow. Number two, I regularly get feedback from all of you about stuff in iOS 7 that you don't like. Now, iOS 7 has a very, 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 very healthy adoption rate. I think it's something like 70% of all iOS devices in North America are running iOS 7. Good work, Apple. But I figure if that's the case, we might as well talk about the UI now and then, even if it's not all roses. Okay, so we got an email from Dave, who's got a little bone to pick with a design choice in iOS 7. He writes, I often switch AirPlay between devices as I move from room to room. For example, I'm watching iFive in the bedroom on my iPhone. I walk into the living room and I send it to my Apple TV. Then I walk into my office and send it back to my iPhone to take with me. Before iOS 7, I could do this seamlessly without pausing the video because the AirPlay icon was always right there in the menu bar. Now I'm forced to use Control Center to access AirPlay, which pauses video content playing on the phone when opened. Third-party apps still have the AirPlay icon, but it seems to be missing from the native apps like podcasts, video, and music. Am I missing something here? If not, can I please send out a big suck it to Apple? No, you're not, and yes, Dave, you can. We all love our iPhones. We all love our iPhones. That's why we're all here. But let's not pretend that everything that Apple does is perfect. I think Control Center, which of course is new in iOS 7, which is what you swipe up to access AirPlay and other things, is a little odd. I agree with you. It bothers me that I can't toggle between available Wi-Fi networks from Control Center, for example. That's something I do all the time, especially at Twit. We have like 5 different Wi-Fi networks I could choose. And your AirPlay gripe, even though it's pretty specific to you, does make sense to me. And I don't blame you for being irked. Irk on. Number 3. If Snapchat invented the ephemeral movement, Leo's the best practical social tool I've seen built out of that so far. And I know you think I'm talking about Leo Laporte, but I'm not. I'm talking about an app called Leo. In the company's own words, the app lets you share moments of your life with family and friends. You can connect with your favorite people through photos, videos, and texts captured in the moment. And messages disappear a few seconds after viewing them. Sound familiar? It's like Snapchat. You read, you watch, whatever, but when it's over, it's only in your memory, which many of us are getting more and more in love with as we realize that most communication methods aren't really meant to be stored. They certainly don't have to be. They don't have to be backed up, and they certainly don't have to be saved forever and ever in order to embarrass you years down the line. So, you can chat with just one friend or a group of friends using photos, videos, or text messages. You've got some options there. You can reply to messages, again, with photos, videos, or text of your own. You can view messages just the once, though, and then they disappear forever. You got like a little 5-second window. You can also move through new posts by swiping any direction. That works really well for group chats, for example. So let's keep with the comparison to Snapchat, which Leo really does remind me of. Leo's kind of like, in my opinion, a little bit more of a grown-up Snapchat. You know who's in a group because they all got the same video, and you know who you're talking to, for example. Replying is also very easy. Text, images, video, all share together in harmony. I love Leo. Well, the app. I love the man, too, but that's just a whole different thing. How many people, though, who already use Snapchat want to move to another communication app that's piggybacking off the whole temporary media trend, though? I'm not sure it's that many people. Then again, my single little group chat network is pretty fun. It's a bunch of ladies. We're talking to each other. I would show you what we've been talking about, but all the gossip dies after 5 seconds. Trust me, it's better that way. This episode of iFive for the iPhone is brought to you by Gazelle. Are you thinking about getting the new iPad, a new iPhone? Maybe you've been hemming and hawing. It's time. Gazelle wants to buy your used iPhone, iPad, or smartphone in exchange for cash. What you can do is look up the gadget you have and see what Gazelle is going to pay you for it. Then you can lock in your price right away. Lock it in today. And then send your gadget to Gazelle when you get your new one, because Gazelle's offer is good for 30 days. Really, really convenient. So here's what you do. Go to gazelle.com, Gazelle.com, and find your item. Be honest about the condition it's in, and don't worry if it's not in prime condition, because Gazelle will buy back broken iPhones and iPads. You can also get a risk-free offer for your gadgets and free shipping. When it's time to get paid, you'll get paid fast by check, by PayPal, or get an extra 5% with an Amazon gift card. Go to gazelle.com now to get an offer for your iPhone or iPad. Get paid in cash. Payment is fast within a few days of the item being received. Offers are good for 30 days. It gives you time to transfer data and set up your new device and feel all comfortable with the transition. And Gazelle will also wipe your data for free. It's trustworthy, free shipping, fast process. Got to love Gazelle. So what's your iPhone, iPad, or other gadget worth? Take a moment, go to gazelle.com to find out. Do it now, because your iPhone may lose value the longer you wait. And thanks to gazelle.com for sponsoring this episode of iFive. Number 4. We got a tip email from Donal, I think that's how you say your name, in Dublin, Ireland, who writes, did you know that you can create a custom vibration to match a ringtone for your iPhone with iOS 7? I discovered this when I was playing around with the sound settings. You go to Settings, Sound, Ringtone, Vibration, Create New Vibration, and then you can also change the vibration for things like text, voicemail, tweets, etc. Well, isn't that fun? I didn't actually know that you could do this. I knew that you could create your own vibration pattern. Let's say if somebody calls you, you kind of, but I didn't realize that I could link a bunch of different vibrations to various notifications that come in that are specific to texting or a tweet from my friend. I like custom vibrations, although they sometimes scare me when my phone starts vibrating baseball chants loudly on tabletops. That does happen. Finally, number 5. 'Tis the season for big meals and desserts and delicious stuff and parties and being fat, and eventually a New Year's resolution to get back into shape after overdoing it. Happens to me every year, on the year. Except that this time, I have a new, very handy tool to exercise on demand in my house or wherever I may be, rather than signing up for a gym membership that I know in my heart I'm not going to go to regularly. It's going to be a waste of money. This is called FitStar. It actually started out as an iPad app earlier this year, but is now on the iPhone as well. What you do is you sign up for a particular plan, whatever your exercise goals are, and you actually start exercising with help from sports authorities and trainers that guide you through video exercises on screen. If you're in your living room and you have an Apple TV, you can just sling FitStar's video to your big TV. Or you could use the iPhone app, let's say if you're on the go in a hotel room or somewhere else where you want to be mobile. As you make your way through the exercises, you can rate how difficult or easy something was for you, like 30 jumping jacks, super easy. And FitStar will gradually start adjusting to be more challenging and effective for you, specifically based on your goals and your height and your weight and that sort of thing. It's definitely the closest thing to a personal trainer that I've ever found in an app form. And unless you really, really hate being told what to do, it's actually really effective and fun. The free version is limited though. You have access to some exercises to get going, but if you're really looking to build muscle or lose holiday pounds and take it seriously, you'll want to sign up for a subscription. You ever see or hear of a great app or trick on iFive and you want to go back over it and pass it along to a friend? Just hop on over to our show notes at twit.tv/iFive. That's where all of our links live, also where you can subscribe to the show with the feed of your choice. There's all sorts of good stuff you can do there. Do it! Or just add our show to your favorite podcast app and don't do anything. Email us at iFive@twit.tv, leave us a voicemail at 614-ON-iFive, and send us a video with an app review of your own if you're feeling particularly bold. I'm Sarah Lane, this is iFive for the iPhone, and I'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching.